Hello and welcome back to my channel. So we are back in my Bridgerton blue, my Bridgerton attire, and we're going to be breaking down more fashion from the series. I did do a part 1 of this video where I went through the first 2 episodes. Now I'm going through the next few episodes, and like in that video, I will be following the fashion of 4 of our main girls. So if you missed part 1, definitely check it out after this video. But before we get into all of that, be sure you take the time right now and subscribe. Also be sure to hit the notification bell to get notified every time I post. I post new videos every Thursday and Saturday. And yeah, let's get into the video. So I feel like the start of this episode, everybody's really into their family units and everyone's kind of coordinating back in their little bubbles and really just leaning into that and seeing that with the fashion, the way that their outfits also kind of match their houses as well. When they pick a color scheme, like they all stick to it. So that's what we're seeing in these 2 families, how very clearly they're really sticking to their colors. It's very evident in this episode, right off the bat. All right, we got the Bridgertons back hanging out in their home, and similar to how they normally are in their home, I feel like everybody is in their blue era. And then let's see what the others are up to here. So Penelope's family, it seems like she is still in her green era, but again, a lot more cohesive with the rest of her family where they're all kind of pulling in the greens and pinks right now. And so after we see them, both Penelope and Eloise, like deep in their family units, there is a little bit of a confrontation here. And I feel like it's even more heightened with the fact that we just saw them so cohesively with their own families, and now they're kind of bringing that together in this little confrontation. So again, I feel like the fashion and these outfits and the use of the colors really just help build and tell the story and kind of what's going on. And then I think we're back to another ball, another party going on. We're seeing Cressida back in her very wild and crazy outfit choices. She is also back in the pink, but a little bit of a darker colors going on. So she's really leaning into the pink and the black. I don't know if this is giving her more a villainous vibe. Very different from the kind of demeanor that she had when she was meeting with Eloise in the last episode in that light blue. I feel like, is this kind of her reverting back to her old ways, perhaps? And then we've got Penelope kind of back in another blue look. I feel like honestly this season she really has been wearing a lot of blue. I feel like I have to go back and look at other seasons if she dives into blue this often, but I feel like it's kind of different for her. I feel like after my first watch I really just had the green stuck in my head of what she wore a lot, but now that I'm really paying attention, it's actually quite a lot of blue that she's in. And then Eloise is obviously back in her Bridgerton blue. I feel like she is the one that really holds that color down. Pretty much her and her mom, like, they're always, more often than not, are going to be in blue. So they really lock down that color for everyone. Then we get another glimpse of Francesca. Let's see what she's wearing at this event. So she's kind of in more of this gray silvery color, which is a little bit different for her. It still is kind of more of those neutral tones, has a little bit of the blue in it, but I feel like definitely a different look. The style is also very classic to the Bridgerton style. I feel like that other scene when she was sitting on the sofa and had that high neck dress, that was like very out of the box, where this is back to regularly scheduled programming. So yeah, kind of interesting seeing her journey of being more of an individual and now kind of conforming back to those classic expectations. And yeah, Penelope really is in that deeper blue color, which I feel like we saw before when she was in that first jewel tone look. That was really like a huge moment. So this is kind of another big moment for her as well, kind of on the face and heels of adversity coming into an event. So just interesting that she again really dives deep into that more jewel toned look as opposed to some of like the lighter colorings we've seen from her. And then we are back to an Eloise and Cressida look, and again, you know, Eloise is kind of a now 2-time offender outfit repeater. I don't know if maybe she just likes to wear the same coats out all the time, but Cressida is bringing something different to all of these outings, and Eloise kind of disappointing. I'm a little disappointed in her fashion. This is, I believe, the same coat she wore when she had that like light green and pink look going on, or like pink purple look when they were first strolling through the park a couple episodes ago. And then Cressida, she's always bringing it. She has got her pink on. She actually has a little bit of green in her outfit. She has the crazy sleeves. Classic, we love it. But yeah, Eloise, come on girl, like we know you have more than 2 coats in your wardrobe. Like let's get some more outfits going. All right, and now we are out and about. Everybody is at this like carnival thing going on. Penelope is still kind of rocking the blues. She's still in that blue. We have Eloise and Cressida back in their very classic colors. Eloise is in a very much Bridgerton style look, and Cressida is all in her pink. She actually has a little bit of yellow in this look as well, but very much the pink, the puffy sleeves, and that is kind of her style. That's what she's going for. Thankfully, Eloise does have a different jacket in this scene. She's not wearing that same one that she wore to the park like twice at this point. And if you look very closely at the details here, she is actually wearing almost matching pink gloves to Cressida, which is kind of interesting because of this scene. It really is showing her loyalty and allegiance to Cressida. So she has her Bridgerton blue with a little bit of Cressida's pink in her outfit, and I think that is pretty intentional because it's kind of a wild choice to just throw pink gloves onto your outfit. So yeah, just a little detail there that does really help explain the scenes of what is to unfold in this episode. I feel like in this scene you actually get a lot of nice shots of Penelope's dress, which you normally don't see, and what's funny is her coloring is actually quite similar to Eloise in this look, which I don't know, is she trying to emulate an olive branch here, the friendship? I don't know. So that's kind of interesting color choice. I feel like I would have expected her to be a little bit more strong in her family colors, but actually not as much at this point. So a little bit interesting. So in this scene, Francesca's in like a very pale blue. It is almost white, which again is a little bit more of the colors that we've seen her in, those lighter pale colorings. All right, and we are already back at another ball, another little event, and Francesca, right off the bat, she said no blue tonight. She is back in her neutral tone color. I feel like in this episode, she really is stepping into herself more and kind of identifying things that she actually wants, and I feel like that again is represented in her sticking to this coloring and not kind of just going with classic Bridgerton color or blue or even just like the super pale white. Having more of that gold tone very much feels like her style. Eloise is in, you guessed it, some blue. She also has a little bit of gold and she's carrying a feather. Very unlike Miss Eloise there. She's a little fashion forward. She's got a little inspiration from Cressida. You know, they've been hanging out a lot. She might be picking up on some of that style there. Speaking of Cressida, she has one of the craziest looks in this scene. It is so fun and so different. Okay, Penelope's sister is not one of the girlies that I'm following here, but I just have to call out this dress that she's wearing tonight is honestly absolutely gorgeous, stunning, and might be one of my favorite dresses from this season so far. So I just had to call it out. When you see good fashion, you just gotta call it out. Yeah, this is absolutely stunning. Such a gorgeous dress. Okay, sorry, back to Cressida's look, which is also kind of wild, kind of crazy. She has these very over the top sleeves, which is kind of her signature look, but this is like to the max capacity I feel like sleeves could possibly get. It also has this really wild neck piece going on. Her hair, again, always wild and crazy. But yeah, this is such a crazy outfit. I love it for her. This is also very much not her color palette. She's in these more gold tones, which I feel like is more Francesca's vibe if I'm being honest, but it's fun to see her kind of step outside of her comfort zone. I feel like of the characters, she's the most likely to have some of these wacky different colors flowing into her palette, so we love to see it. And then Penelope, my girl, she is in another boring blue dress. There, I just said it. It's kind of becoming a trend. Like I'd like to see her have a little bit more oomph. I feel like they really played that up in the first episode with that gorgeous green emerald gown, and now she's kind of just faded into these basic dare I say, boring blue outfits, which I guess is kind of following her storyline. If you feel like she's losing herself or compromising or kind of not being as strong of an independent person and going after what she wants, she's kind of just fading into the back, going with the flow, letting things happen to her. And I see it with her outfits. Again, like I said, their little boring blue dress, nothing to say there. She needs to take some tips from Cressida, who is always bringing it, always has something fun. And then again, another shot of Eloise and Cressida. I feel like their outfits really are very complementary to each other with just the color palettes. Again, Eloise kind of has a little bit of that coloring woven within her dress, but still has her blue. Cute look. Cute little bestie friends. Love a little coordinated outfit. And that's kind of the last of the fashion for episode 3. We're already on our last episode. Let's see how many crazy looks we get out of this one. All right, and right off the bat, Penelope girl is back in another boring blue outfit. Nothing crazy. It's actually quite simple, really. No like embroidery or anything on it. Just a very plain, simple blue dress with some sleeves on it. Okay, I kind of take it back about the boring comment because this dress is actually gorgeous. The way that the blue and purple ombre together and like the detail, how it builds from like nothing at the top to the bottom. It's actually quite stunning. So sorry, Penelope, this is like a really beautiful dress, but still not really your colors. Right, and they're back in our Bridgerton household. Everybody is in their Bridgerton blue, except for their brother, who's in this like dark purpley color, which is honestly kind of throwing me off. Kind of throwing off the scene for me. I would like for him to also be in a light Bridgerton blue color as well. And then Eloise's dress is actually kind of similar to the coloring of her mom's dress in this scene, where they still are wearing that blue with a little bit of a gold woven in. Yeah, cute dress. Nice, nothing crazy. All right, and now we see them out at this little house party, I suppose. And this is where I saw Penelope's dress in its full form, which, like I said, absolutely gorgeous. Sorry girl, I was too quick to judge on that one. And now we're seeing Cressida back for the first time this episode, and she is all back in her pink gear. She is pink head to toe. She is all the way back in it, and I feel like that is kind of representative of her mindset at this point of the season where, you know, she's kind of running out of prospects. She's turning back to her original kind of form, and so we see that in her very pink outfit. It's also not as wild and crazy as some of her other looks. It's a lot more simplified. Again though, this isn't like a big ball night. This is more of just like a day event, but even in her like stroll in the park looks, like she's going avant-garde on that. So kind of interesting to see this more kind of subtle look, and definitely all in that pink again. All right, after further investigation, Francesca is not in fact an outfit repeater. She is a very similar outfit wearer for this scene outside. She has like a darker gold on her flower detail, whereas back in the Bridgerton house, she was in more of just an all blue look. So I'll give you this one, Francesca, but it's really close. It's almost the same outfit. So more, just letting you know I'm aware. I see it. I see it's getting close. Right, and then we see Cressida all back up in a crazy pink outfit. So again, very much going back to her true roots, it feels like, and kind of more of a comfort zone. So she's back in a crazy pink outfit. We also have Eloise here in another classic Bridgerton blue color. Also, I should have like a Bridgerton blue counter at the bottom of the screen here because I think I've said it like 50 million times in this video, but it's just so prominent. Like it's just such a thing. So we're seeing their colors back in their original palettes and kind of original styles in this scene. All right, back in the home, Penelope has found her pale green again, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Like this pale green is so much better than the blue on her, I feel like. So happy she's back in her green roots. Also, just like the whole scene is very beautifully colored. Like the way her mom's dress complements her dress, and the decor, the floors, the walls, like everything in this scene is just so masterfully colored. It's very aesthetic and very pleasing to look at. All right, you guys, we are at the last ball of the season so far. This first half of the season. Let's see what everybody's wearing for this big occasion. All right, off the bat, we got Eloise and Cressida back in their classic looks. Once again, Cressida's in a wild, crazy pink outfit, and Eloise is in her blue and a very classic Bridgerton style dress. All right, and now this is interesting. You see Francesca back in a classic Bridgerton style dress, back in that blue color, and I feel like if this was going to be a bigger scene for her or more of like a standout moment, I would actually expect her to be in that like gold toned colors or more neutral tones that we've seen her in when she's kind of like stepping outside of her family and expectations and all of that. So this is kind of cluing me in to think that this isn't going to be as big of a moment for her, but maybe it will be. All right, now we have Penelope in this gorgeous pale green gown, and she should take some advice from Cressida. Puffed up the sleeves a little bit, gave it a little bit of oomph. She also has some sparkles going on in here, and this is actually a very beautiful and flattering dress. Again, love the color on her, love this pale light kind of mint green, and it is her, you know, going back to that safe color palette, although really we haven't seen any yellow aside from like one of the first scenes of the first episode. She really is like sticking to the green and the blue. I will say, again, no spoilers, but it's a pretty important episode for her, so I feel like her outfit does rise to the occasion of that. But yeah, so that's kind of the last look of this ball scene and the last of the 4 episodes that we have so far of Bridgerton. So a lot of different outfits, different colors, but also kind of some themes going through with the fashion choices of the characters and also what's happening in their individual storylines. I'm excited to see what the next 4 episodes bring and kind of where the story falls for everybody. Also, what colors are going to be brought into their beautiful gowns. I feel like I was just focusing on the colors mostly and a little bit on the styles, but genuinely, the fashion of Bridgerton is so iconic, so beautiful, and I really wish fashion was like that today. I would love to just gallivant the park in a wild, crazy gown. I think that is so fun. But yeah, so that was me breaking down 4 characters during this season, looking at all of their fashion, outfits, and dresses, and color palette. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, give it a like, share it with your friends. Also, leave a comment down below. Have you guys been noticing kind of the matching of the colors with the families and the houses and kind of what's going on with their storylines? I feel like Bridgerton, more than most shows, honestly, like 50% of it is the colors and what they're wearing. You kind of pick up on the story from that, so I think it's really fun. Also, leave a comment down below if you want me to dive into any other characters of this season, breaking down some of their looks, some of their outfits and color choices. Also, I did do a while back for last season of Bridgerton of how to dress like your favorite Bridgerton character, so if you haven't seen that video, I'll be sure to link it down below as well. I'm also considering maybe doing a new version of that video, kind of bringing it back for season 3. But yeah, while you're down there, if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate it. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all on the next one.